What I've observed is that as things have gotten better, there is a resistance to change happening. And the asset sale would be a really good example of that, where there is...
And the assets are?
When it was first announced that we were selling Bootleg Golf and the Riverside Campground, there were a portion of the population that understood what we were doing and the rationale for it, but there was a very large portion that didn't like it at all. There's a lot of very good reasons why we're doing this, but without understanding what those reasons were, there were lots of people that said you should never be selling these kinds of assets. They're making money, so why would you sell them? And, the really simple answer to that is twofold. Number one, we need the money. Aside from going back to taxpayers and asking for more money, this is a source of new revenue that will allow us to keep our tax rates manageable for lots of people in town. And the second reason, we need the money. And the second reason is because they're making money. Assets are at their maximum value when they're in fact profitable.
And can they change use? I mean, once somebody buys it, can they turn it into a mega mall?
Well, this is the concern, that most people have. And I find it kind of interesting because, council and, senior management at the City of Kimberley are tasked with managing our assets and managing them in a way that's in the best interest of the taxpayer. And yet when a change like this happens, it's the worst possible thing. We are going out and we're going to destroy the assets that we have. I find it counterintuitive, but I guess it's, in the absence of answers to all of the questions, people fear uncertainty and doubt reigns. What we're concerned about is the unknown. It's what could happen given that we don't have all of the detail.
So specifically with those two big pieces of land.
So we will end up generating in the neighborhood of $5 or $6 million in cash for the City of Kimberley. We will get taxes back from those organizations. And in the case of the golf course, the taxes are going to be what the lease payment the city was getting. In the case of the campground, when you combine taxes along with the utilities payments that we're going to be getting and some other considerations, we are at a minimum at a break even on a cash flow basis and have $5 or $6 million in the bank to be able to top up our reserve funds, which are critically important from an infrastructure renewal point of view, and give us, even after the reserves are topped up, it will give us additional money in the Kimberley Reserve Fund to be able to take advantage of opportunities when they come up, particularly from a granting point of view. In the course of setting up the RFP, the city has put together conditions under which the sale is happening that will preclude that from happening. And in the case of the golf course, the biggest concern people have is that some real estate developer is going to come in and buy it and going to build big homes, and eventually the golf course will be gone. Well, the fact is that that entire property has a restricted certificate of compliance on it that precludes any real estate development from happening there ever.